So many of the families of the 298 people lost in the Malaysia Airlines crash are obviously still dealing with the shock, the grief of this tragedy. And Haroon Kaler joins me now by phone. He's an aviation attorney who lives in Houston, but he lost two of his nephews in the crash, 19-year-old Shaka and 10-year-old Miguel. They were on their way to vacation with their grandmother. Haroon joins me now on the phone from Amsterdam, where he has flown to be with his family. Haroon, first and foremost, I just want to offer our thoughts and prayers. I can only imagine what you're going through right now, and we so appreciate you taking the time to talk with us.
That goes both ways. Likewise, thank you so much for your thoughts and prayers, and thank you for having me and allowing me to honor their memory.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. I just want to give you a moment to talk about these two beautiful children that we have on the screen, what they were like and how you want to remember them.
They were wonderful kids. Of course, everybody's going to say something very positive about their family, but these truly were great kids. They were very nice and got good grades in school. They were very good to their mother. You know, the oldest boy, he would help her with household chores. He would cook for her, help with his two little brothers. He had good grades in his first year of college, which he just finished. He's studying engineering, textile engineering. And the second child, or the third child, the other nephew that was on that horrible flight, he was 11, 10, just turned 11. Same, you know, he was very independent. He went to school by himself, and just they were just wonderful kids.
Haroon, such beautiful children, and our heart breaks for you. Just the idea of what you must be going through, because the answers to these questions that you must be having, when are we possibly going to learn whether or not they have retrieved the remains of your loved ones? What are you being told by authorities there? Are you getting the information that you need?
No, we're not, and I don't think it's done on purpose. At least I hope not. I know the Dutch authorities, my sister and my mother, are being interviewed. They've been interviewed for the last 3 hours by a forensic, two-team forensic police team, two police officers, plainclothes, that have been conducting an interview very in-depth about, you know, the details about what clothes they were wearing, you know, what their personal belongings were, you know, any birthmarks, stuff like that. And they told us that their team is on the ground, but has not been given access to the crash site.
So many families still trying to process what happened, and there are so many world leaders that are speaking out, asking Putin to do more to try and control these pro-Russian rebels that are hindering this investigation. And I want to just give you a moment to express some of your concerns about how this is being handled.
It's an absolute disaster. I mean, the crash site, it's a crime scene. Essentially, that's what it is. I mean, it's a crash site, but it's also a crime scene. It's been completely contaminated. No chain of custody of all the evidence that's pertinent for a thorough investigation. No safeguarding of the crash site. The international investigators, the NTSB GO team, as far as I understand, has not been provided access to this site. I know the government sent in several FBI investigators to conduct their investigation. So far, I just respectfully urge the Russian government to look into their heart and set aside their differences for at least a few weeks and allow investigators to conduct their business. I mean, these innocent people had nothing to do with the conflict at hand. And as horrible as the conflict is, and my heart goes out to all the victims, whether it's from the crash or from the conflict, but I mean, just, you know, have a ceasefire, allow us to go in and do our investigation. And we're not trying to look for blame here. We just want to get the remains, get the belongings of all the victims, have some closure for the families. I mean, that's just so important. You know, we don't have a body. We don't have anything that we can remember them of except for pictures and photographs and memories before they departed.
Yeah, and Haroon, I think you say it best when you said look into your heart, a serious call there. And we just, again, want to say that you are in our thoughts and prayers, and we really appreciate you taking the time to remember these two beautiful children.
I thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it, and I'm so glad I've been given this opportunity to honor their memory. Thank you so much for doing this.
You take care.
You too. Bye.